Live, pop up live. It's your boy DJ 2K Nitro. Um, I'm here to bring you a true event, and if you don't believe it, you don't believe it. I can't convince anybody that's a non-believer, and I don't even know how to fully explain what happened. What I'm about to share. Um, I'm doing a live. I'm not a video savvy technical guy. Have all these theatrics and stuff. Uh, Maybe I'll put a cover on this somewhat, but I'm still learning how to really, you know, do videos and stuff on YouTube. So I just mostly like to just do lives like this and talk randomly and about different stuff that come to my mind. And excuse me, this one has been weighing on my mind for a minute since it happened. Those that know me know that I had a lot of loss last year with my family. We lost a important member of my family just in the blink of an eye, unexpectedly. No warning, no nothing. My oldest sister was just taken as she was sleeping. So, and it's even crazy. The whole backstory to that a little bit is, her best friend went the day before, and then she went the next day right after. So it's almost like it was planned. Almost like it's really weird. Like as I've been diving deeper into this and near death experience stuff, NDE stuff, I hear that a lot of them feel like we plan these things, we plan our life and our death and all that type of stuff. So that was really strange to me, to and how close they was growing up and the things that they would do. It make a little sense, but I don't know what to believe with that. That is another story. But yeah. um where was I? Sorry, I'm at work, but I have time. But yes, so I was just trying to process everything because everything happened so suddenly. She just, there was no warning. I spoke to her to, gave her condolences about, her friend that she lost, because I know the friend too. I grew up with the friend too. So me and my sister and my older brother were like 60. They're twins. My older brother and sister are twins. They're like 16 years apart from me. So I grew up with some of her friends somewhat. I know the people that the person that and her sons and stuff like that. So I'm familiar with them. So it was just strange. We lost suddenly lost my sister like 24 hours in a night. So it was just really really weird how that happened. My family's still dealing with it now. So she was like our leader, the oldest on my mother's side. So, she had a lot of respect from a lot of people within the family, and people know, she was our leader in a lot of ways. So it's a big loss. But fast forward to what I'm talking about with the live. I'm not gonna be too long, but this is true story. True story. I'm not a liar. I don't create stuff. I don't. That's not what I do. I think people respect me that I keep it 100 with a lot of people, and in a lot of ways people don't like that I keep it 100 with them. So it is what it is. Like, it's a gift and a curse keeping it 100 with people. So I'm one of those type of people that is not scared to really keep it 100 with people. Like, and it is what it is, how you feel about it. But anyway, um, so fast forward, my sister passed away out of the blue, and two things I actually want to mention that I'm gonna slip in here. We, as you lose somebody like that you love just randomly like that, there's a lot of grief, a lot of crying and this and that you go on, even if watching those around you, suffering and feeling away. So it's hard even to see how they're impacted by the loss of others. So you know it's just one of those things you gotta just deal with, I guess, as a grieving person. When it's family related, we got a lot of people that's feeling the same pain. So one little thing I'm gonna slip in. Well, actually, I'll slip in at the end. But let me get to the important part, which is related to the live, and then I'll go to the other thing at the end. But so fast forward, my sister passed, and last year I turned the big 40. So she passed before my birthday. So I never got a chance to do, to celebrate my 40th with my sister. That was always a big thing between, like, we have like a brother sister kind of thing. Like, we'll play around each other, joke with each other, but it's all love. I never fought with my sister. I never like cursed her out. I never hit her. She never hit me. She never cursed me out. We had a really good relationship. Like, when I really have to analyze our relationship compared to other siblings, hers and ours was pretty good. From a brother sister level. Like, it was pretty good. Like, I miss my sister. I'm thankful I had her because she was an awesome big sister. Like, that's real talk. That's not, again, not lying. She's an awesome big sister, like the prototype of a big sister. Like, when you think of a big sister, she was that to me. So she's like an extension of my mom. So definitely a big void that's going with her not being here. But I'm a man now, so it's not as impactful. But when growing up, she definitely was like a mother figure to me, as well as my sister. So anyway, so I know she, if she could, she would have been there. If my 40th birthday, I know she would have been there. It's not even a question. She would have been there, and we would have been having a good time. That's what we do as a family. We have great moments. We celebrate each other's birthday. We we travel with each other, so we have a good family bond. Like, I know that's a lot of times people look and be like they don't have that, but we actually have that type of relationship with each other. We go places, we do a lot of things, we've done a lot of things over the years, with each other, traveling, partying, celebrating. So it was really dope that what she did, which I'm gonna explain. So as I mentioned, my birthday was last year, and she was not, obviously she wasn't here to celebrate it with me in the physical form. But we celebrated. We had a good time. I had a good time my 40th. Shout out to everybody that came through to celebrate my birthday and my 40th. So we did that as a family. Her kids came out. All my friends, my family. So we had a good time. So only person missing obviously was her. So feeling the pain. Shed some tears, and gave pour a little look out for her, and stuff like that. So definitely wanted to represent. I got a button made with her, because she's a life of the party. She's always a life of the party. So I know she wanted to be there, and I know it probably, I'm assuming it probably pained her that she couldn't be there. But anyway, so maybe like a week or two after my birthday, sometime in November, because my birthday's in October. So sometime in November, I was laying down. It was at night. I don't know exactly what time, but I was laying down, and in my subconscious, I yelled out to my sister. I said her name, and it was like dark. And then she came, and now this is what I know is like, I'm not lying to y'all. Like, this is true story, true story. She didn't come. When I say she came, like I said her name, like, 'cause I'm probably still mourning, like, the loss of my sister, which I still am. But in my subconscious, I called out her name, and then she came, but she didn't come in a physical form, like a body. She came in a ball. So she was like a circular bright light ball. She came in, and on the front of the ball was her face, and with a smile on it. So she came through smiling on the front of this ball, so I knew that was her, and it had her face on it that I remember her to look like. It came, so she came down like a circular ball, like shoo, like zooming. And there's no sound. Everything was silent. It was darkness. I'm gonna explain it. She was bright light. It was like she came into my room in a bright light, but it wasn't just her. It was her, and behind her, in the same type of form as a ball of light with their pictures on it, was other people. And I was just like mesmerized. I'm like, what's going on here? Like, this is, I've never experienced nothing like this in my whole life. Never, 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 never had no experience like this in my whole life. Cause I've never really lost nobody close to me. I've lost friends. I lost relatives. You know, my grandmother, my grandfather, a close baseball friend who lost his life to suicide. But they never did nothing like this to me. Where they come back like this. But anyway, so she came, right, zoomed around. I'm like in a third person kind of thing. I can't really see my body, but I'm like in a third person kind of thing. It's like dark, and she came down with her face smiling towards me, and then behind her was like three or four other orbs, like the same way, like a circular orb, bright like that, and they had their faces on it. And this is what I can remember. One of them uh was it's now Michael Jackson. Now, there's a backstory to this which I didn't know until recently, so I'm gonna explain it why it kind of makes more sense now. But it was like four other orbs. I don't know the other two people, but I know that they're probably artists. But I don't know them like because my like I said, my sister's a little older than me, so she probably connected with other artists that maybe I'm not too familiar with from maybe the '70s or something. That's my gauge of how they. I think it could have been Frankie Mays and Beverly. That's what resonates when I think, but I'm not completely sure. But anyway, one of them behind my sister who did the same action, but they did look something different. They came down behind my sister. Michael Jackson was one of them, or the orb was Michael Jackson. I don't know how to explain it. Again, I can't explain it. This is just what happened, what I experienced. He came down. The orb shot out like a light out of the orb. So I think of it as like a movie reel out of the orb. Like it shot out like a movie reel kind of thing. Like a kind of like you watching a movie reel back in high school and in the old days. You see a movie reel and then out of the orb, it like something like that came out. A Michael Jackson orb, and you see like it showed like his life, not his life, but like it was like images of himself, and the images that came up was the Mike in the '80s, the look, or the early '90s. So it wasn't like the Mike that was here when he last left, the more pale skin. It was the brownish skin with the curly hair. He had the military jacket on, so and he had the glasses on. So that was the Mike that he wanted to, I guess he wants to be in the afterlife, and that's who he is. So it was like, oh, I was like, this is Michael Jackson. Oh my gosh. Like, whoa, Mike is here. Like, my sister was talking or met Michael Jackson. Oh, snap. That's what I was saying to myself as I'm experiencing it. Like, whoa, like, this is crazy. So Mike did that. It was like a couple of reels of himself. True story. Not making this up. Couple of reels of himself. No sound, just a reels of himself and light. And then it showed that version of himself. And then another orb did the same thing. They did it for a few, like not even a minute, like a few seconds, and then they left. He left, and then another orb came. They all did the same thing. So another orb after Mike was Prince. So Prince did the same thing. So the shot out an image of what he was when he was alive. So I guess to kind of say that this is who I am. This form is who I'm representing. I'm representing Prince. I'm representing Michael. And they came and they showed images of when he was alive. So it was like an earlier version of Prince, maybe like a 30-year-old Prince kind of image. It's not the one when he was alive, when he last left. It's a little younger version, but a not too young version of himself there. So I was like, oh, Prince is here too. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. So Prince did the same thing, and then two others or one other orb did the same thing, but it was like an older guy because his images was more like an older kind of images he was showing. So he must have been like a '70s artist or something like that. I can't say who he was. Again, Frankie Beverly come to mind. So I know he passed away around that time and stuff like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if I think it was him, but it wasn't somebody that I fully recognized. But I was just like, just thanking my sister, like, wow, I like, it was like a gift, like she was giving me a gift, because I like, this is something she would do, like she would, that's my 40th and she wasn't there, so I could see her doing something like what she's, because this is her personality. So I'm just like, wow, my sister didn't forget about my birthday. Like, she gave me a gift from the other side, and she brought Mike and she brought Prince, and I'm not to undersell who the other gentlemen's were, but she brought these artists. Like I said, I DJ, so I'm very musically inclined. So it's like, the only thing, of course, I didn't know these artists by face, the other two, but of course I know Mike, and of course I knew Prince. So I was just like crying and thanking her and saying thank you, sis, and they all came and did the same thing, and then they left. And then they left, and then that was it. Like, they all came and did their little orb. Besides my sister, they all came and did the orb thing. Shout out to Images, out of the balls, and then they left, and then they floated back into wherever, and then that was it. And that was the last time I like seen my sister in my mind. That's the last time I seen my sister, because I didn't see her before she passed. I moved, and so I haven't seen her before she left, but I saw her maybe like a few weeks ago, at a gig she came and supported. But that was my last moment with her around her birthday. Around her birthday, like a few weeks after her birthday. But because she passed in June and her birthday is in May. But yeah, I was just like crying and thanking her, and like, this is so crazy. But just goes to show you, man, our family are still around. Those that we love are still around. That's why I want to share this to the world, because I've been agonized. I tell certain people, but I haven't told the public like this, like that. But I think it's good to share to the world that we know that our loved ones live on and go somewhere. I don't know what she's doing. She's probably zooping around wherever she goes with these people or other people. Who knows? I mean, maybe she just got them for that moment, just to like, give me a birthday present from the other side. Because I love Michael Jackson. I'm a big Michael Jackson fan. Who wasn't growing up? Michael Jackson was a big, big part of my childhood. Same thing with Prince. I'm a fan of Prince. I have nothing against Prince. He's not like, oh, my all time favorite, but he's not my all time favorite. But I could see what I've realized, that Mike and Prince have a friendship. They had a friendship, so I could see them, doing that. And Mike probably could connect with my sister, given we have the same kind of family dynamics like the Jackson Five did. We're all kind of a tight knit bunch, kind of similar to them. So, but either way, it was so kind and cool and dope that they was willing to do that for me. And I just like will always remember that. And it's like not a dream, because a dream, you don't remember dreams. Dreams is hard to remember. The only thing, again, I can't remember is the face of the other orbs, because I don't really know who they was, like, off the top of the head. But of course, I remember everything how it happened, and so it's like, it's not really a dream. Dreams you forget. So I don't know what it was. I don't know how to define it. I don't know how to describe it. But this definitely happened, and it was just wild and trippy. And then the other thing I was going to say earlier that I didn't mention, was that I was watching a movie on YouTube. Heaven is Real. And I was still grieving. I'm still grieving in a lot of ways, but I was grieving hard that day. And I watched that movie, and then at the end, it just went away. All my grief just went away. Like, I don't know what to, like, I was feeling away, and then it just was gone. Like, I was comforted somehow. Like, it was just so weird. Like, I can't explain that either. So I'm just like, and I haven't really been like suffering about, like, those two moments make me like feel better about everything than anything else that's happened. Like, talking hasn't really, but those two things have like helped me. Like, seeing my sister and knowing that I got confirmation. And there was other things that I heard, but that was my own personal experience. Like, when I say I heard, like, other things people said, like, oh, my sister's popped up in their dreams and da. But those two moments of like, I'm not saying that the movie would help others watching the movie, but I guess it was like somehow some force I cannot, explain, was willing to take my grief away and like made me feel like not sad anymore or not as sad. And it was like a split thing. Like it was just really weird. Like go from watching something and then it's over and then it's like you just feel differently. And it's like, whoa, like that was just crazy. And I'm not saying I'm like happy, but I'm just like I'm not as like sad as I once was after those two moments. After, like, you have your moments where you kind of have, you know, kind of like these feelings, but it's not as intense, the feeling. That's what I'm trying to explain. But I just hope that my story, um oh well, let me close it. There was more tragedies that happened that after the fact, which also explains why my sister connected with Michael Jackson of all people, because soon after my sister passed, her other son passed, and come to find out his favorite artist was Michael Jackson. So again, this is part of probably why my sister connected with Mike, and I don't know how Mike or however they arrange stuff, but it would make sense that she would want to grab him to come and do what they did for me on my birthday. And there was no sound. It was just crazy. I mean, I know it was them. Who else could it have been? It was them. It was all these people, and they did that for me, and I always cherish that. I appreciate that. Thank you, big sis. Thank you for the birthday gift from Beyond. So I know, like I said, she was here. She would have definitely gave me a gift. She definitely would have been partying with me. So I know she probably felt away like, oh, I gotta show out for big sis, cause that's what I said. I had a very special big sister, so I could see her doing exactly what was done soon after my birthday. So I know she's wherever she is with her son, and they doing whatever they doing. I know it's positive, so I feel better. I know she's in a good place. So as I'm sharing this story to let others know that, you know our loved ones are in a good place when they leave here. Uh, at least I believe that to be true. So I want to share this story, and I guess it's confirmed. Mike is in a good place. Prince is in a good place. So you know if you don't believe me, don't believe me. I'm not here to lie. I'm not here to create stuff. I just never heard of. I've heard little things about what I shared, but I never heard it like how I witnessed and experienced. So it's just really crazy. But I hope that this story brings others comfort. If you lost a loved one, I hope that you know you find comfort in my story. Um, this is the honest to God truth, and I hope that if you have any questions or anything you want to ask me about it, you're welcome to. But that's the sum of it. So I'm gonna end it now. Appreciate everybody that's watched this. Thank you so much, and appreciate everybody that sent their thoughts and prayers to my family. Last year is a rough year for me personally and overall my family, but we're surviving. We're persevering. Um, we're doing what we can to move on and live our lives, because that's what my sister would want us to do. She always called us the greatest family on earth. So that's how she viewed us. So I know she's around. I know she's you know gonna be there when we when we transition to the other side. I know I'll see her again. So again, I got a lot of comfort. Whoever authorized those things, man, it's a higher power authorizing that. So whoever allowed my sister to do that, I appreciate them. And I value that experience. I'll never forget it. And yeah, so I want to share that to the world. So thank you everybody that was here watching and on the playback. Appreciate you guys watching. I'm about to end this. I'll talk to y'all